An ethnic group or a tribal group is a human population whose members identify with each other, usually on the basis of a presumed common genealogy or ancestry.
Our country, the Philippines, have 7,100 islands divided into three major island groups: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. There are there are many tribal ethnic groups here in our country. There are some tribal ethnic groups that are known around. One is Igorot. They are located at the northern part of the Philippines. Next is Luma tribes. They are located at the southern part of the Philippines. And Bajau. They are located at the islands of Sulu in the Mindanao.
History of ethnic groups. Prehistoric Tabuan man, found in Palawan in 1962, was, until 2007, the oldest human remains discovered by anthropologists in the Philippines. Archaeological evidence indicates similarities with two early human fossils found in Indonesia and China, called the Java man and Peking man. In 2007, a single metatarsal from an earlier fossil was discovered in Calao Cave, Peña Blanca, Cagayan. That earlier fossil was named as Calauman. The Negritos arrived about 30 years ago and occupied several scattered areas throughout the islands. Recent archaeological evidence described by Peter Bellwood claimed that the ancestors of Filipinos, Malaysians, and Indonesians first crossed the Taiwan Strait during the prehistoric period.
There are also Japanese people, which include escaped Christian who fled the persecution of Shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu, which the Spanish in part in the Philippines had offered asking from to form part of the Japanese settled in the Philippines. In the 16th and 17th century, thousands of Japanese people travelers all migrated to the Philippines and assimilated into the location population. By the 16th century, Spanish colonization brought new groups of people to the Philippines, mainly Spaniard and Mexican. They gave rise to the Filipino mestizo or individuals of mixed Austronesian and Hispanic descent.
The first one I picked was for the Batak, ethnic group of Lake Toba in North Sumatra as indeed with other communities in Indonesia. The number two I picked the Bukalot. Like any other people have an innate pride in their unique culture. Outsiders and lowlanders often wonder why we amashly refer to ourselves as such. The third I picked was the men wear long strips or hand-woven long cloth called wanes. The woman wear a kind of wrap-around skirt called dufid. This was the Igorot.